just a bird-eye view. How you all doing?
What's happening, folks? In today's podcast, we're going to try to get to the bottom of technology politics in the world from a bird-eye view.
Yeah, bird-eye view can pierce into the surface. So it is AI, the key ingredient, isn't it?
Well, before AI progress, there are risks associated with AI applications, plus there is a scare of certain vulnerabilities. And that's why AI regulations are discussed more than its implementation. Let's take a look. G7 authorities vow to enforce competition laws in AI markets. In US, OMB issues guidance for federal agencies' procurement of AI. One high-risk parameter is to evaluate how digital payments are driving Treasury's AI evolution. As we know, real-time forecasting powered by AI allows businesses to avoid cash shortfalls or surpluses by leveraging dynamic insights and continuously updated data streams.
So the adoption of AI is happening, or it's more of a talk?
Well, let's look at big tech play. Meta to add new AI-powered video generation capabilities to apps. OpenAI liquidity reaches $10 billion with new credit facility. Microsoft to invest $4.8 billion in Italy for AI infrastructure. A manufacturing alliance that Apple, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC, and Amkor formed last month will help rebuild a semiconductor supply chain in the US.
And also global AI infrastructure investment partnership, which is spearheaded by Microsoft, BlackRock, and others, is planning to spend up to $100 billion on artificial intelligence, AI data centers, ensuring that the plumbing is in place for the connected economy's future.
Plumbing?
Yup. Today, a network of these active undersea cables spans the oceans in a literal internet services value chain, connecting continents and facilitating the high-speed transfer of data essential for everything from video streaming to cloud computing to financial transactions.
So, although it's far out in the future, but what would be AI-based system performance challenges?
In the coming decade, it's going to be to develop mega-scale systems that promise to deliver 1,000 times the performance of current scaled systems. Achieving this level of performance will require massive power consumption, with projections estimating an optimistic target of 500 megawatts, equivalent to half the power output of a nuclear power plant. These requirements on power and chip footprint are not feasible, highlighting the need to improve power efficiency in the design and development of future system on a chip.
So what I gathered is power-to-power AI upgraded data centers by creating system on a chip.
Well, it's not just AI. Let's just call it next-generation online platforms, meaning to play catch-up with the pace of business operations going online.
And probably that's why we see a hype of AI, as if it's a standalone system.
Right, it's not a bubble, but it's sold as AI, and not as AI plus infrastructure to carry AI.
However, main challenges remains to be new processor architectures, memory proximity, cache, reducing communication overhead, innovative memory solutions.
So the question remains, to consume AI-based apps, do people wait until AI has infrastructure in place?
No, not really. For example, AI-based mobile application they said would take the guesswork out of fishing. An Indonesian company, NN Marlin application, can locate the densest fishing grounds based on the sea surface temperature and the level of chlorophyll.
They're getting our jobs! These AI algorithms are coming at ya! Buzz!
I know. We have to get unionize ourselves, or put tariffs.
Fisheries contribute nearly 3% of Indonesia's GDP and support millions of livelihoods. So the technology is invaluable to even fishermen. AI can go that far. At the same time, US-China tech war likely to escalate, analysts say. China's biggest AI model is challenging American dominance.
How so? Last I heard, it was significantly lag behind.
As reported, Alibaba's Qwen model has been attracting high-profile Chinese clients and gaining respect from analysts. At launch, Alibaba claimed some 90,000 clients were using some models from Alibaba's Tongyi Qianwen LLM series.
Speaking of chip war, US banned exports of NVIDIA and AMD GPUs destined for supercomputers in China, as well as sales of chip-making tools and design software. Months later, the US followed up by blacklisting Chinese memory maker YMTC and banning US exports to Huawei.
And on the flip side of chip war, China claims breakthrough in silicon photonics that could clear technical hurdle of system on a chip. JFS Laboratory, based in Wuhan, capital of central Hubei province, and a national base for photonics research, was able to light up a laser light source integrated with a silicon-based chip.
Well, this doesn't really explain what laser light source integration would do to the output of these chips in their applications, but we can understand in tech wars there is some degree of secretiveness and claims at the same time.
And British man finds fame in China after revealing grueling 996 work schedule at Tech Job. His social media post went viral after he revealed his grueling work schedule at a video game maker in Guangzhou.
Wow, as the world moves to work from anywhere and pretty much any time as required, PRC chose traditional policy.
Well, 'cause China's rise came from such a schedule. Therefore, this continues.
Or everyone is under someone's eye, under some building, and too tired to think about government and politics.
And among other tech news, China has kept the average pace of domestic video game approvals above 100 for the year in its September batch. China's $45 billion video gaming industry has been in the international spotlight. This month's game approvals came in slightly under the 117 approved in August.
And South Korea summit to target blueprint for using AI in the military, 90 nations, including US, China representatives at summit. Aims to set minimum guardrails for AI use. Summit emphasis multi-stakeholder discussions.
Chinese hackers accessed the networks of US broadband providers and obtained information from systems the federal government uses for court-authorized wiretapping, the Wall Street Journal reported on Saturday, while China's foreign ministry responded on Sunday that it was not aware of the attack described in the report.
And in US Hurricane Helene could bring the semiconductor chip making to a halt. Spruce Pine, a town of less than 2,200, are two mines that produce the world's purest quartz. The material is a key component in the global supply chain for semiconductor chips.
And on U.S. banning smart cars with Chinese and Russian tech, Secretary of Commerce said that in extreme situations, a foreign adversary could shut down or take control of all their vehicles operating in the United States, all at the same time, causing crashes or blocking roads.
Speaking of hypotheticals, that's a wild one.
Meanwhile, as the electric vehicle EV industry pursues mainstream adoption, the demand for robust charging infrastructure is more critical than ever. So what do you make of global tech politics at this point?
I think chip war and the procurement of electric batteries is going to continue to define global tech politics, which then impacts geo-economic politics of the world.
With that, we're going to conclude today's podcast. Do like and subscribe. Goodbye.
Cheers.